Hello, today we have Dr. David Marlin with us. David, I wonder if you could introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hi, Kate. Thanks very much. Well, my name is Dr. David Marlin, and I'm a scientist. I've been involved with horses. It's becoming a long time now, sort of from a research point of view, 40 years. Actually, I didn't start with horses until quite late, I guess, when I was at university. I discovered the joys of riding, and then I got interested in having a career with horses. I've been involved in a lot of different things. Many people will possibly know me best for work with the Atlanta Olympics and the management of heat and humidity. But I have a sort of, general interest in horse welfare and how we can use the knowledge we have to improve welfare of horses, and often through engagement with horse owners, but actually across the board, to be honest. Whether it's bodies such as the FEI, or whether it's, as I say, the individual horse owner. But we have to communicate, and that's the challenge for me to improving welfare.
Okay, that's excellent. Now, your plenary at the conference is called Communication for Change. Could you tell us a little bit about that? Could you give us a little hint about what we might learn in that talk?
Sure. Well, to me, we're in a time now where we have such a good amount of knowledge about what is good for horses, and so for me, it's not that we don't have the knowledge. Of course, we can always learn more, but we have such a good base. But that's possibly still within those who have been pushing for change in terms of welfare. It's within the scientists and the researchers and the trainers. And we need to get this information out to the ordinary horse owner, because otherwise we're just sort of at the top of the triangle. There's a few of us that know what to do, but we need to reach as many people as possible to improve welfare. So it's for me, it's not, it seems funny to say, perhaps, it's not knowledge, it's communication of knowledge that is the issue. And we also have to try to understand, I believe, how to engage better with the I don't want to say the ordinary horse owner, because there's probably no such thing as the ordinary horse owner. It's a huge sort of demographic, but we need to understand what drives people to want to make change for their horse's welfare. For some people, this may just be a moral choice. They feel it's the right thing to do. But we have to understand that there are other people who will be motivated by different drivers, and those drivers could be financial, that if a horse has good welfare, then it may be that they either save money or they make more money. And there will be those people who are driven by perhaps by performance, that if they can understand that a horse that has good welfare is likely to perform better, that maybe is what drives them to investigate change. So it's really understanding that not everyone thinks the same way as we do, and that not everyone is driven by the same things that we're driven by. But as I say, it all still comes back to this point of, if we don't engage people, then we can't drive change. And if we can't drive change, then we can't improve horse welfare.
And do you think that it has improved, our communication of the science has improved over the last few years, or do you think we're just doing a poor job?
I think we face a lot of challenges that perhaps we didn't face in communication 30 years ago. Perhaps most people would say, well, that's ridiculous. We have the internet. We have we have this ability to reach hundreds of thousands of people across the world, within minutes. But the difficulty there is that it's the quality of information and how that's disseminated. And we know that, because I've done some of these studies myself. You put out something that is very attractive, but not necessarily true, and that will spread because it appeals. You put out something that's perhaps more factually based, but isn't quite so appealing, and it can be almost ignored. And we do have, you know, we've got a large number of groups, especially on platforms such as Facebook, where horse owners are interacting and sharing information, and unfortunately it's not necessarily the correct information. It's possibly not the best information. So we face, even though we have this huge ability to communicate now, those of us who are trying to communicate good information, I think, face a tremendous challenge, and we need to sort of be quite smart in how we approach this problem.
Okay, and should we expect a couple of those secrets to be revealed in your talk?
I'm going to try to use some slightly novel techniques to try and get across what I believe we need to do as a community to improve horse welfare. So yeah, well, you know, hopefully we'll have some data we can share. Well, we will have some data we can share, and hopefully there'll be a few interesting things that I'll do.
Fantastic. Very much looking forward to it. David, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you at the conference.
Thanks so much, Kate.